I'll start by saying I thought the way we played in the second half was a great example of the team that we have to be, and we've been in spurts this season. But that's the team that can count on getting stops and count on winning a game with their defense. You got to give Minnesota a lot of credit. They played unbelievable tonight. They hit a lot of shots. But I thought overall, the way we stepped up defensively in the second half, and then offensively, I thought we were really playing a selfless game today. For the most part, we had some moments I wasn't happy with, but we had 32 assists. We won the rebound battle. We kept them off the free throw line. So overall, very happy about those things that we're constantly preaching.
Luke, they had a lot of tough threes. Do you just give them credit? Did you like the defense overall despite that?
In the second half, I would give them credit anytime you make that many threes. But in the first half, I don't think we did a good job of making them miss. It's still they're not easy shots to hit, but we did not make them miss. I thought in the second half we did a really good job of making them miss, and they still made some of those threes. So it's tough to beat a team when they hit 23s, but that's why we preach how important it is keeping teams off the foul line and rebounding the ball and playing defense.
What did you make of Tyson's night, and how did you gauge whether or not you were going to be able to stick with him and have him learn the plays and all that?
Yeah, he was good. Obviously, the possession with all those tap outs late in the game kind of really helped seal the deal. He's been a winning player. He's a champion, for a lot of years in this league, and he gave us a taste of what he could do as far as when he was out there. Rondo was doing a nice job of getting him where he needed to be on certain plays, and with his fatigue level, he was very honest about when he needed a sub. So we just had constant communication going with that.
Were you pleasantly surprised by how seamlessly he was able to sort of fit in and do what you needed to do, or?
Yeah, I was hopeful that that's what it would be like. You never know, but he's the talking. It's fun when you get lost in competition. It kind of, when you're competing for the right reasons, it doesn't matter if you're new on a team or not. He was out there bringing his strengths, and that was communicating and talking about, well, they're doing this, let's look for this type of with some of the other guys. So it was what we were hoping for.
How much extra time did you spend with him, either with him on the practice court or in film, to sort of help that?
Well, once he signed yesterday, me and him spent some time on the court going over the plays that we run a lot. And then we sent him home with the video playbook. Then we obviously did shoot around, and then we put a group together again after shoot around to go through more plays. And he was, from what he told us, he was studying the playbook as well.
Luke, did you give any thought to going back to Lonzo for defensive reasons, with Derrick Rose being as hot as he was?
Yeah, it's a lot of, it was going back to Lonzo. Do we go back to Josh Hart? If we go back to Josh, do we put him in for Rondo? Do we put him in for Tyson? Switch everything? All those thoughts are going through the head as the game's going. But Rondo was doing a really nice job of just being a point guard out there. So we stuck with Rondo, and then obviously Tyson, he was doing a good job of getting up on those three-pointers, those three-point shots on the screen, kind of being there to shock the ball is what we call it. And we obviously could use his rebounding like we did down the stretch.
Luke, when you enter into a season with 14 guaranteed contracts, like the buyout market could certainly be your friend, but you usually don't see it in November.
Yeah.
The timing of this acquisition, how does it help your group doing it now versus a couple months from now?
Well, we needed to help now, and I don't know how that all works, but give Rob and Magic credit for recognizing that and going out and getting that job done for our squad. And I think it helps stabilize us. I think it will help make us more of the consistent type of team we want to be defensively and rebounding. And obviously we got a ton of work to still do. It's not like he's here and now everything's fixed. But just hearing the way that he talks, and even in the timeouts, about starting the quarter out right and finishing plays off. It just reinforces the messaging we're trying to get across all the time. So it's nice to have another voice doing that.
After a timeout, I think at the 4-minute mark, you guys called a timeout right back to back.
Yeah.
Was that expressly so you could talk to Tyson? And if so,
No,
what was
that was I had played LeBron a lot of minutes, and we were going to lose the timeout at the 3-minute mark. So it was just to get an extended period of rest because I didn't want to play him the entire 4 straight, but we were going to, and I was just trying to get a little extra rest with the extra timeout that I had.
Luke, Hart and Kuzma are 2 of your key role players. They had good games tonight. What were your impressions of both of those guys?
They were really good at what we need them to be good at. I thought both of them did a nice job of, for the most part, taking good shots, making the extra pass when they had that opportunity, taking on the defensive challenge of guarding. I mean, Minnesota's got some really good individual basketball players, and I thought the 2 of them, we asked Kuz to guard one of the best bigs in our game tonight, and I thought their competitive spirit was great. They both made winning plays, and obviously we needed all of that from both of them to win tonight. And I thought Brandon Ingram was excellent tonight as well.
Coach, was it a specific lineup you liked in the second half for defense? Anything you mentioned the second half a lot better than the first half? Specific lineup that you thought did well?
It was the group. There was just the group was more connected, less mistakes in the second half, being the aggressor on more possessions as opposed to one specific group. I think we held them to 43 points in the second half, something around that, and that comes from a group effort.